Nollywood isn't profitable, claims Charles Nnojie.
Must be told then in clear and unmistakable terms.
Yes, sir.
Veteran Nollywood actor and producer Charles Nnojie has made a claim saying Nollywood isn't as profitable as speculated. He says that this misinformation has made a lot of people want to join Nollywood because of its perceived financial gain. Nnojie made the claim while speaking with HipTv. He says,
"It should be because in a country of 200 million people, if we were well structured as a people, a market that has 200 million people should be a very lucrative market. Yes, it should be a very lucrative market. Even if you decide to sell matches, box of matches as business, and once you can guarantee that, yes, I am sure some 1 million persons would need this product that I'm selling. You can also, you can almost tell that you are in good business. But you cannot say that of the Nigerian movie industry. That is why I said it ought to be a very lucrative business. It is. I can't say with a measure of certainty that today it is, because there are too many people, sometimes aided by personnel of the state who are reaping where they did not sow, in the name of pirates. You find some of these persons, you get to their place of operation, and you find heavily armed policemen guiding them as important citizens. And this is somebody who is stealing from the sweat of hard-working individuals. So, yeah, the industry ought to be a very profitable business environment, but I'm not sure it is as we speak.
The executive producer of the hit comedy series The Johnsons revealed the challenges he faces as an actor, producer and comedian in Nigeria. He says,
"My job itself is challenging. For instance, the filmmaker's experience on every set he gets into would not naturally be the same, because what you consider a challenge in set A may not be the challenge you experience in set B. But by and large, I think as a filmmaker operating within the Nigerian motion picture space, what has been most challenging for me would be the fact that almost, eke out a living from a very tough rock. Yes, you try to keep on doing your business the best way you can. Sometimes you have to take a loan from here, sometimes take another facility from there just to keep business moving. And someone just sits by, perhaps in his home, in his office, and reaps from where he doesn't sow. The fact that government has not been able to help us deal with the issue of piracy is, for me, a very terrible experience, and perhaps that would form part of what I'll consider my most challenging experience. The fact that producers cannot guarantee that whatever he puts into, as a producer, whatever he puts into this movie, he will be able to get back as long as he does a good job, is something that very, very, very frustrating.
Nnojie also revealed that Nollywood has grown tremendously in the last decade. He says a lot has changed and things will become much better as the years go by.
The motion picture space in Nigeria, since it was formally acknowledged as an industry in the early 90s till date, has jumped in leaps and bounds. And we have several testimonies to that effect. One would be the quality of the movies that we make today as against those of the early 90s, mid 90s, even up to late 90s. In fact, running up to early 2000. A close observer of the industry would agree with me that since then there has been a remarkable progress in terms of huge technical qualities of our movies, in terms of the global competitiveness of our movies, in terms of how many internationally recognized film industries that our movies are able to compete and get recognition. In terms of how many stars the industry has made, brand ambassadors, huge brand icons that are globally recognized, I think the industry has grown tremendously. And if you ask me, I would just use the word phenomena as to describe the growth of the industry. Asking what role I play in that development would almost sound like asking me to write an exam and at the same time examine myself. I would rather leave that to you and indeed to the general public to tell if I have been part of that growth process. Otherwise, I'm just in my little space, contributing my quota. I hope that becomes big enough to be recognized as part of the growth that the industry has achieved.
Furthermore, Charles advised prospective actors to stay true to themselves and advocated against the use of fake accents in the delivery of the roles. He states,
To actors, I always like to say that hard work pays. There's nothing like hard work. Consistency pays. Do not be deceived. Trying to speak with some very false accent may not get you anywhere. It could create a momentary flash in the pan kind of buzz around you for a moment, but it's always going to die off and people begin to see you as fake. So be as natural as you can be. To the directors, there is no razzmatazz that can take the place of storytelling. No razzmatazz can take the place of good storytelling. What stands you out as a good director would always be your ability to tell a story, tell a good story. Make a good story out of, or make a good film out of a bad script. Yes, that would. But if you think that technical razzmatazz is going to take the place of the story, because storytelling is inherently African. Nothing can take the place of that. So let's not forget that.